How y'all doing?
To every second chance I get, let's not forget that the lie I said to there I down right beside you. I'll see you now living your dream.
I have never been so not ready for a stream ever in my life, I think, today, guys.
Come here now, just wait, and you will see. Know what least of you is, and reach the memory. I know that you are feeling down. Come here slowly, and I will make a sound. Hey now, don't you go and drown. Swim back to me.
Let me rephrase that. Mentally prepared. Everything else is prepared. Mentally not prepared right now.
I'm holding on to every single thread that breaks. Let's not forget all the lies that you lay right down right beside me. I'll hold you now as I see you dream. I'm promising you.
All right. Good God. This is how we're starting it. Just cover my eyes with this bucket hat. This bucket hat is so big it covers my eyes, but it was fitting to wear this right now. Yeah. I'm just gonna start calling this Alan's bipolar stream because like I feel like sometimes I just have all the energy in the world, and today is just like I'm ready to just go bury myself a hole in the backyard and jump in it. This is what we should do. Just no eye contact for the rest of the stream. I think this is perfect. I actually went to bed at a good time too. That's the funny thing. It's pretty rough. Yeah, I had the family member that I was referring to. I don't really want to get into that too much. Well, there's a lot of things happening, but they did pass away, and then I have a friend I have to go down to visit and make sure he's not doing anything stupid to himself in a couple of weeks, and it's been pretty rough. I got a random phone call saying, I bought you a plane ticket, you need to get down here. I'm like, oh shit. So I have no clue what I'm about to walk into in a couple of weeks. Fortunately, he's alive, so that's always good. I was just trying to think positive there. So yeah, it's been one of those weeks. One of those weeks. It's not good. Not good. How are y'all doing? Well, let's hear some funny jokes in the chat. That's what we need right now. Some funny jokes in the chat. It was so funny. Well, not funny, but you know, for my common cope thing is dark humor always. Like, okay, I can't even remember the joke. That's how fried my brain is. I was gonna tell you guys it, but now I can't even remember. Apparently, my playback is paused because your account was being used in another location. So I might be possibly getting hacked right now. Also, that's fun. How are y'all doing though? I never remember jokes. I know. I was gonna tell you guys a dark humor joke that I said the other day. And I can't remember. I already forgot it. Well, we got some Skinner Brothers. We're gonna check out the Skinner Brothers new song they dropped. And after we watch Skinner Brothers, I want to talk about some artists that I have absolutely fell in love with because of REN. There's actually 3 of them that I want to highlight. And we'll talk about your guys' favorite, because there's actually a lot of artists that REN has introduced us to. And I know for some of you, it has stuck with you. I mean, there's so many different ones. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll watch this video first. Why is this brim so wide? it's such a wide brim. It actually works out perfect. If you want to cover your eyes up, it's great. I didn't realize how small my head was. I guess my head is a lot smaller than normal. The other bucket hat fits perfectly. I need a bigger head for this. I can only remember German jokes. So where's everyone watching from today, this morning? We're gonna check out this song. We're gonna go ahead and do chapter 1 for Ren's video that he put on his Ren Makes Stuff channel. We're gonna watch that. Keep a nice little short stream today. I just wanted to get back into it. I don't want to go another Sunday without streaming. I'll be streaming again next Sunday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I did 9:30 because everyone was like 10 and 9. It was like a 60-40 split on the vote. So I'm like, I'll do 9:30. I was like, I have a feeling we're going to need that extra 30 minutes this morning. We got the UK. What time is it in the UK? Let me guess. Is it, hold on. Don't tell me. Is it 4 p.m. over there? Almost 5? I'm guessing. We all voted. You pleased us all. Yeah. I was close. That was a pretty good guess. Come on, that was a pretty good guess. I always forget what it is from El Paso because from New York, I know it's not as big of a time difference. There's still like a good 4-hour, 5-hour gap, but I know in El Paso it's like a 7-hour gap. 5:40 for Teresa, okay. 4:40 for Karen, Valerie. That is funny and dark. Did I miss a funny and dark joke? If I did, I don't get it. Dark humor is the best. Who likes dark humor? Put a black moon for if you like dark humor. There we go. That's a good one right there. I'm a bit delicate today. I went to see Chinchilla last night. She was amazing. How was Chinchilla? It was, speaking of artists that Ren probably introduced you to Chinchilla, I'm assuming. Or maybe not. Some people knew about her before she did the collabs with Ren for sure. Dark humor hits the best. Bonnie has it. She's just killing it with the emojis today with the moons. I didn't even know there was that many moon emojis like that. Do prisoners who fall in love finish each other's sentences? If you go about 3 miles south of South Sea, it's 1976 on the Isle of Wight. I don't even know what I'm reading right now. All right. I feel the coffee like slowly kicking in. Guys, I have a seriously bad addiction problem with coffee. Holy shit. It's quite crazy. It's quite crazy how much I love coffee. Do you guys understand my level of love for coffee? It's ridiculous. It's quite insane. How about some coffee mugs for your insane love for coffee? How many other people are with me on this one? I totally have substitute alcohol and drugs for coffee, like 100%. It is now staring me back in the face very vividly that my addiction problem still has not gone away at all. I've just transferred it over to working a shit ton of hours and drinking insane amounts of coffee. That is pretty much what I transferred drug abuse and alcohol problems to. That is what it's become now. Running to get coffee now. There you go. Coffee is life. Tea or wine, never coffee. I do miss wine. Wine is good. I like that with a good pasta dinner. I do miss wine. Javi coffee is delicious. When I get to the UK, I want to have some good coffee. Where should I get good coffee in the UK? If there's a such thing. Because I know you guys are probably going to be like, you need to get tea. But I don't know. I like tea, but I don't crave it. I don't know how to explain it. Like, tea is like a clean, nice drink. Like, it's such a good drink. You're like, it's just a beautiful taste in your mouth. But I like coffee because it has an edge to it. It has a like, damn, this is strong as fuck. It's like a sweet smack in the face, like, or maybe a good punch to the face when I drink a nice black cup of coffee. With tea, it's like, it's nice. It's like a little like tap on the face. You're gonna be all right type of drink. And coffee is like pummel to the face. And I need a pummel to the face to wake up in the morning. Unfortunately, I'm not. The water in the UK where I was at least made the coffee taste weird. Oh, that's horrible. Bad water for coffee is not the way to go. Still not home, desperate for a cup of tea. Oh, that sucks. You'll get there. I'll bring you some good stuff when we meet up. Yes. Oh my God. Even Teresa had me try some instant coffee, which is never really the greatest, but the instant coffee that she had me have tasted pretty damn good. So you like to get smacked multiple times a day? Yes. Yes. I like a good beating on the regular. That sounds horrible. That sounds really, really bad. Who has listened to the Skinner Brothers' new song? It was the cheapest one. It was the cheapest one too. That's saying a lot. Not me. Okay. Who's big fans of the Skinner Brothers? Who hasn't is a better question. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Is anyone not the biggest fan? I mean, hey, that's okay too. It's a hit and miss for me for the Skinner Brothers. I like a lot of their songs. I like more than most. There is an artist I can't wait to. We're gonna talk about after this. We're gonna react first. I'm gonna talk about my favorite artist that Ren has introduced me to. Then we're gonna check out Chapter 1. And next Sunday we'll do Chapter 2. Next Sunday we'll do Chapter 3. Because I don't think I could make it through all 3 chapters in one. Because as much as I love getting into my feels, not really. I was being sarcastic. I don't want to do an hour of ugly crying on a live stream. So we'll do just I don't know how long that video is, but I have a feeling it's going to be an emotional one, just from all the comments I've seen. It's about 19 minutes. Okay, so 19 minutes of that. No, I'm super excited to hear it. Honestly, it's probably a good time for me to check this stuff out. Anyways, just because this past 2 weeks has been insanely horrible, and I've been really struggling to find time to write music and do music, which has been really depressing for me. The more I go without playing, I've noticed I just start spiraling out of control really quickly. And it's been I haven't played as much as I want. Maybe twice in 2 weeks, which is really unusual for me. However, I've been listening to a lot of music, and one particular artist in particular, which we'll talk about in a second. But it's really weird. It is rough, but so important. Awesome. Well, I'm excited to check it out. So let's go ahead and just get this stream started. I think we gave enough time for people to get in here. So we got the Skinner Brothers, and this is a brand new track. It's called Pie and Mash. If you guys want to educate me and tell me what the heck that means, I would appreciate it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Alan. I am a sound engineer and a musician. And we are live right now on this beautiful Sunday morning. This is I was going to clip this audio from one of the reactions. That was so perfect. It was from one of the Big Push reactions, and it was so perfect. I think we were talking about how this is our church or whatever, or something like that. And there was this thing that he says. I was going to sample the audio, and I completely forgot. But I think it was Romaine who says something, and it was so perfect. I was going to clip the audio, and I forgot about it. So, yeah, and hit the like button, like Teresa just said down below. I would greatly appreciate that. All right, here we go. Got the track separated, ready to go. Let's see what we got here. Pie and Mash. Say hi to future YouTube chat. I wonder if we got to sing along again.
I said, know your fucking place from me. I'm a lion in a sheepskin, see. I've been hella back, you know that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's boom. I've been lower than a man should go. Been higher than a Grateful Dead. I'm a chill guy, but don't test me. Yeah, I'm a chill guy until you get boom. When we come around, don't suffer fools gladly, I don't do clients. They say we sound like London time. Double with that rude boy, it's on my way. Pie something that we didn't decide. Going out tomorrow.
Okay, we got a really cool drum beat that's happening in the beginning here where we're getting that lo-fi effect. Lo-fi effect just means we're taking out all the low frequencies in a track and focusing on the higher ones, and it gives it that like really cool vibe starting off. But something I noticed on here is that they're only doing it on certain parts of the drums. They're doing it on the snare only, where they're keeping the bass like hitting you in the face, which really adds to it. And this is, to me, like one of their favorite things to do is right on one of the guitar lines where it has this almost like bass vibe. It's just like a single note on the top of the guitar. So we call it like little triplets in there, den 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 den, like the triplet feel going on there. Very, very catchy. Very a big, huge '90s thing too. It was always done like that.
I've been lower than a man should go. Been higher than a Grateful Dead. I'm a chill guy, but don't test me. Yeah, I'm a chill guy till you get broke. When we come around, don't suffer fools.
Oh, then the whole drums goes to lo-fi. I love that production effect where it was just the vocals and the drums like that. I like that they're changing up the drum sounds a lot. That really adds to production. It's one of those things I forget that you could pull out of the toolbox when you're writing music. A lot of mixing really does play a huge part in writing, and you can tell in this song they're really using that to their advantage to make sure that the song is sounding out. Now, somebody answered my question about the pie and mash. Is food beef or chicken in a pastry, mashed potatoes, beef gravy, and vegetables? Why does that sound like a pot pie to me? It's probably like something similar, right? Like in the U.S., like the pot pie, it's like a crust straight up like a pie, but it's like full of gravy and vegetables and beef or chicken. Same type of thing. Huh. I wonder if there's any relation there.
Gladly I don't do clans. They say we sound like London time. Double with that rude boy on my way. Higher mash, push up a lighter. Everyday soldier, I'm not any fighter. Pull it back and get the big boy sniper. It's a way of life, something that we didn't decide. Going out tomorrow.
What? You certainly didn't think you were going to live forever. And Roger Daltrey says, I hope I die before I get old. Well, you know, I'm going to die, so fuck it. Might as well enjoy myself while I'm fucking here.
They try to tell me things about me, but nobody don't really know me. Them fucking rats see me breaking out the mold. Only way to start me is a bullet to the soul. I've been lower than a man should go. Been higher than a Grateful Dead.
Yeah, we put about 800 hits of acid in that frost.
So the bass took on the riff that's in the beginning, and then we got the guitar going into like that reggae type beat, which is interesting because they're not doing like a typical upstroke. It's a downstroke with a scratch in between on the guitar. So like a dan tick muted scratch there, adding to it. It's very like subtle things that they're doing in it, but it really adds to everything that's going on.
Put about 800 hits of acid in that frosting. You
know. Wait, what did you say? 180 hits in my acid? Is that what I heard?
Higher than a Grateful Dead.
Yeah, we put about 800 hits of acid in that frosting. You know, they go.
It sounds like you said something about putting something amount of hits in somebody's. Wait, let's hear that one more time.
Higher than a Grateful Dead.
Yeah, we put
higher than the Grateful Dead. We put like 800 hits of acid.
About 800 hits of acid in that prostate.
You said prostate, right? Did he say 800 hits of acid in his prostate or frosting? Oh, is it frosting? Okay, good. It's frosting. I was like, it is prostate. I'm like, holy hell, they're dead. They're not coming back from that one. Oh, welcome to Misheard Lyrics with with Alan. Oh man, they should change the lyrics to "in the prostate," not frosting. It's more impactful, I think. I mean, you're just like Crazy. Oh man.
When we come around, don't suffer fools gladly, I don't do clans. They say we sound like London town. Double with that rude boy on my way. Higher mash, push up my lighter. Everyday soldier, I'm not any fighter. Pull it back and get the big boy sniper. It's a way of life, something that we didn't decide. I go where
Sorry getting caught in my head. Mike said in chat, it's Jerry Garcia. He thought the cake was laced with acid, so licked the frosting instead. Big mistake.
I fucking won. You certainly didn't think you were going to live forever. You certainly didn't think you were going to live forever.
when we come around, don't suffer fools gladly, I don't do clans. They say we sound like London town. Double with that rude boy on my way. Higher mash, push up my lighter. Everyday soldier, I'm not any fighter. Pull it back and get the big boy sniper. It's a way of life, something that we didn't decide. I go where
I'm gonna die, so fuck it. Might as well enjoy myself while I'm fucking here.
Oh man, that's a mentality that I try to stay away from as much as possible. That is how I ended up in so many drug binges before, is thinking like, well, what the fuck, who cares anyways, we're gonna die anyways, and it's gonna continue to destroy myself. That's such a toxic thing to like let go into your brain. Damn, the nihilism of that. EMS said Cockney rhyming slang pie and mash could also mean cash, according to someone else's comment on other vids. Kind of like pot pie, but pot pie only has pastry on the top. Our pie is completely enclosed. Oh no, the pot pies that we have here are pastry all around. It's all around here. Also, it doesn't just have it on the top. Maybe there's versions of it that have it on the top. I don't know. That was a good song. That was really good. I enjoyed it. That's a solid one. That is definitely being added to my list of listening to from the Skinner Brothers. If you're watching this later on YouTube, there's another YouTube clip. Oh my God, I'm pointing the wrong way. Somewhere over there. Go check out another reaction to the Skinner Brothers right there. If you're watching later on YouTube. Isn't it interesting how the same statement can mean so many different things to people? Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and that's the beautiful thing about music. It can mean a lot of different things. Even when watching Ren's videos, it meant different things to me in the beginning. And then I realized he's talking about his illness, and where it like, to me, it was like something else in my head when I was first reacting to it. Actually, that was what we were going to do last Sunday. I completely forgot. We were going to check out an old video that I did about, my story and everything that happened to me. Like when I discovered Ren, I actually have a video that's up, and I guess we'll do that next Sunday. We'll do that before we do chapter 2. I kind of want to see where I'm at from that time period, because within this past 3 years, it's been a huge change. So my top 3 artists that have came out of discovering Ren is one, the Skinner Brothers. That is definitely one of them on my list. Hence, got the hat here. Make sure you support them if you do like them. Buy some merch. Even though this hat is quite big for my head, still nice. I might. I don't know. What do you guys think? Too big? Here's one that fits my head better. I don't know which one's better, guys. The one that fits my head better. This one's like really giant. If you have a massive head, it's great. Just a word can mean different things to people as well. Pretty wild. Yes, they're both great. I agree. I'll wear the other one when I want to cover my eyes for a stream. Anyway, so yeah, the Skinner Brothers is definitely top of mind for me when I think of the artists that I have discovered through Ren. Artist number 2, and there's no particular order, is Eden Nash. Her vocals are so good, and I discovered that they did another collab called Ocean just this morning. I didn't even realize that there was another cover. Another track that they did together. I was very, very shocked. And when I say Eden Nash, since there's not that many, and she doesn't really have that many songs, I'd probably say Eden Nash / Chinchilla, because Chinchilla I absolutely love. I don't love all the music. There's some songs I can't get into as much, but a majority of them I can. And mainly, I really enjoy the ones that she's done with Ren. Some of her solo stuff I really enjoy. There's some that not so much, not for me. Yeah, Ocean just came on your playlist also. Yeah, it just popped up on my playlist out of nowhere. So there's another artist that I didn't even realize did a collab with Ren, even though I reacted to the song that he did a collab with, and I barely remembered it. And I was wondering what was going on, because I was falling down the rabbit hole on YouTube, going through a bunch of short content, and there's this artist that kept popping up, and the way that he was expressing himself, and he was rapping and singing and doing all these weird things. There were like a bunch of clips, and I was just something about the way he delivered like the lines and everything. It just resonated with me, and I just kept watching. I was laughing, and also like, oh God, this guy has a lot of history behind him. Like he's been through some shit, and I just kept falling into it. And I ended up liking him a lot. And then I started listening to songs and I liked him a lot because the music didn't remind me of anything really. It was something fresh, something new for me. It was something strange. I actually have a little skit that I'm trying to film where we talk about how musicians just go for weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder stuff as they progress through their musical journey. That's the story for another day. And so I'm listening to them, and then all of a sudden, a song comes up with him and Ren. Because I was wondering how he even ended up in my feed. And I listened to it, I'm like, oh my God, I love this song. And it was Pain Salesman. It was Prof. I forgot that he did a collab with Ren. So somehow I re-stumbled upon him and then found out later, I'm like, oh, that's why it came up in my algorithm, because I had checked him out a long time ago. And then sometimes YouTube does that where they'll just like put something randomly on your algorithm. And I have been obsessed with that artist as of lately, nonstop, and listening to it for the past 2 weeks, because it's like good vibes, but also there's some songs that are pretty deep that I really enjoy. One of them was Tombstones. Great lines in that song, and I couldn't believe it. And I'm like obsessed with this artist. And I know some people will listen to it and be like, "This is so cheesy or so dumb." It's just the way he delivers like the rap lyrics, and like there's a lot of sarcasm in his music, so maybe that's what resonated with me the most, coming from a very extremely sarcastic state like New York. Maybe that's why. I don't know. It's like one of those artists that you look at me and look at what I play and what I listen to normally, you'd be like, well, I don't understand why he likes that, but I do for some reason. It was one that came up. I just can't stop listening to it. And then Pain Salesman, I really have gotten into that song in particular, just focusing on the lyrics and stuff and really listening. I'm like, holy shit, these are awesome lines. These are awesome lyrics. Ren's parts are amazing in it too. And I just like the artist a lot. I don't know what it is. He's so different. It's so different. Apparently Prof is sitting on another collab ready to drop. Yeah, they just released new music last week. But yeah, that's something I've been into. I don't know why. But it is really good. Who are some of the artists that you guys like? I mean, there's other ones like Knox Hill. He's done collabs with, and I just remembered about Sam this morning. I haven't really checked out more of his music, but I really like Sam's voice a lot. What other artists are we missing that he's collabed with? Yeah, Prof is so lovely and sane. Yeah, I think that's probably why I like him, because he is insane. Scarlet Faye, Dirt Miller. Or you guys, I probably saw the Scarlet Faye one. I don't even remember it, but I know he's done quite a bit of collabs. I just didn't realize he did 2 with Eden Nash. I wish she would come out with more stuff, honestly. I was looking at, I think the last thing she released technically, like on her own EP, was like 2019, if I remember correctly. But it has been 1 year ago she has something. Releases, let's see. She doesn't really have much up. Yeah, one song, the last song she did was a year ago. But I discovered her just because of a random playlist played. I didn't even discover it because of you guys asked me to react to. I actually listened to it. That's why I never did a reaction. Oh, not collab, but with Dirt though. I'm lost, Cosmic. Scarlet Face saying back on 74. Her stuff is amazing. She did 3.05. Okay, gotcha. All right. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up about the artists. I'm curious. I would love to know what your 3 favorite artists are. Drop it in the comments. So we're going to check out chapter 1 by REN. And this is more of like he's reading, right? He's reading stuff he wrote. And I'm assuming it's like his story. Let me know if I'm wrong. What's the bat? I can pull it up right now. So REN makes stuff. REN makes stuff. How many channels does he have? He has REN makes music, REN makes stuff. Isn't there like another one? Oh, that's really cool. That makes me. I didn't separate tracks, so sorry guys. I didn't know there was music at the end. I thought it was just some him reading something that he wrote. That's really cool that there's some vocals at the end. All right, so we have there's 5 chapters. Okay. 7, 8. There's 8 chapters. Oh wow. So something this is kind of perfect timing to watch this too, because I had been thinking about putting out some videos, talking more about like things like this. I'm assuming he's talking about life or like the background and everything. And it was funny because I was planning on doing that very soon, and then this being brought up at this point in time, I was like, oh, that's kind of perfect. Just so watch. All right, so there is 8 chapters. Okay, so we're gonna do this one. I'm gonna just use the restroom real quick though. Oh, 1 second. So I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick, and then we'll watch it and go from there. We're going to keep you tied to lives until April. Hell yeah. Well, no, we're going to keep going live every Sunday. There's always going to be something to talk about, always something to go over. And any artists that you guys want me to check out, leave it down in the comments afterwards. After the stream's done, drop a comment like, hey, we'd love for you to check out this artist or anyone. We'll definitely expand and check out some other ones. I just been kind of just taking things a little slowly right now. Yeah, I'll be back super fast. So, see you all in a second.
I'm holding on to every second chance I get. Let's not forget down the lie I said to there I down right beside you. I'll see you now, living your dreams. I'm promising you. You're begging, please come here now. Just wait, and you will see.
All right. Should probably grab tissues, huh? That might be a good idea. Prof Green. Prof from MN is amazing. I knew his stuff before REN's. Oh wow, that's awesome. I didn't. I really enjoy him. Oh, look at that. There's a box over here. I found the box. Hey, look, Teresa, I'm wearing shorts. Again. I remember you were saying, like, it's so weird because I was wearing pants for a while. Since the beginning of the stream, I've noticed I've been making food for them nonstop. Uh-oh, what happened? What happened? All right. Here we go. Ren, chapter 1. Has he released any of his songs as like on streaming platforms and stuff? The ones that he put out? Yeah.
Hello everyone. This is the first time I've done something like this before. I wanted to write it down because there's a lot and I didn't want to miss anything. And some parts of this might be a little bit uncomfortable to listen to, but I wanted to stay as true as possible to the story, not miss anything, for the sake of people who might be going through something similar, or for the sake of people who don't but want to help understand a little bit more. Yeah. I promise that everything in this story is 100% true. Nothing is exaggerated for dramatic effect. Some names I don't mention and some details I don't go too far into or downplay them for the sake of the people around me. Timelines might occasionally be a little bit off, but that's just because I've had to write everything from memory from a time that was quite hazy. I asked before embarking on this journey with me that you all respect the privacy of myself and the people around me. You might be compelled to reach out to some of the people that I mention, cast judgment, praise them, criticize them, and I ask you kindly not to. It's my choice to be in the public eye, and it's mine alone. This is the first time my story is on the public record in a concise way. Being in the public eye is strange. The more that I give to you, the less that I get to keep for myself. I don't find the experience of sharing particularly enjoyable.
That is a very true statement right there about the less you have for yourself. And I had a mentor say that to me when I was learning guitar. I joined a mentorship. His name was Josh Files. And we had an interview. The interview's still posted somewhere. And he straight up asked me a really important question. He's like, so what do you do for yourself? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, what's the one thing that you do that nobody knows about? And I was like, oh crap. And I never realized the importance of how you do need that thing, maybe that you just don't tell everyone about, or that, because like when you get into the content creation or music creation, you end up putting up everything online. And then when you're in the video creation process, because I've made over 7 YouTube channels, I've tried YouTube multiple times. I've done a lot of YouTube, and every single thing that I would do ended up turning into, how do I present this? Or, oh, you know what? This could help me get out of whatever I'm in, monetarily or stuff like that in the beginning. And you were like, I'm just going to post it. Oh, I'm learning how to sing. I'm going to do a whole series about learning how to sing, or anything. Oh, I was investing at one point, or doing stock trading and then make a video about it, or learning how to play drums, make a video about it. Like everything, anything or everything, or have a conversation with a friend, be like, oh, we should post that video. But it's like, at some point you got to be okay with, I don't need to share this with everyone. And that's a weird thing to come across when you get into this world of content creation or doing even music creation. What do you actually keep for yourself? And I didn't realize how important that was until later on.
I don't so much like the questions that follow. And I'm not a medical expert, so I don't like to be seen as somebody with all the answers, because I don't have them. And because of the empathy that I feel, I'm compelled to try and help as many people as possible. But the last time I opened myself up to this on a one-on-one basis, I was surrounded by a lot of death. And there simply weren't enough hours in the day. So I ask you, if you need support, please reach out to a professional or use my music as your companion. I share my story in hopes that somebody who needs it finds it, that it provides hope, that it might ease the suffering for the people like me. I like my solitude, so I ask that anyone who respects the work I make and respects my contribution to the world to respect my solitude. A lot happened in my teenage years, and I didn't live the most normal of lives, but I'll save that story for another time. The important thing to contextualize this story is that I was full of life. I was full of a burning desire to change the world. The flaws in how we interact seemed obvious to me. I believed in people's power to change the unnecessary suffering we inflict upon ourselves. I was also enamored with music. Music is the closest thing to God that I have. It's a gateway to the unexplainable, and it's a way of communicating the inexpressible. There's just one moment that I want to share with you from the years before I got sick. I was 17 and I felt indestructible. I'm not sure why, but my whole life I had this feeling inside myself that I was meant to do something important, not for myself, not for praise, not for personal gain, but something that would change the world for the better. It's hard to describe it without coming across like an egomaniac or having some sort of God complex, but I felt like I had some sort of divine purpose. And I remember feeling this so strongly that one afternoon after school, I stood in the centre of my bedroom and I spoke loud into an empty void. I said that I would single-handedly take on and defeat the forces of evil, and I welcomed them to try their best. Throughout the years, that memory stuck with me, taunting me sometimes. Flash forward to 2019. I remember the first day I knew something was wrong very well. I woke up in an unfamiliar room in Cardiff, feeling like a raven had perched itself upon my heart. Every time my heart beat, it's like some part of me was aware of the foreboding death sentence that was to come. Some sort of primal instinctive dread. Everything felt wrong, and I felt prosthetic, like I could tear my own skin off and observe though I was watching passively from another room. The night before, I'd been in Cardiff visiting friends in university. It was the end of summer, we'd gone out to a few bars. I wasn't really enjoying myself. That year I'd been struggling with social anxiety, perhaps from years of abusing my brain with a whole pick and mix and selection of party drugs. Engaging with society felt like stepping into the ring with a heavyweight champion. Every single fucking question felt like an oncoming haymaker I had to socially navigate because of my very limited toolkit of charisma at the time. I don't know why I cared about being liked so much, but the more I cared, the less equipped I became to have a simple human conversation. I used to deal with this by getting fucking hammered. That night was no exception. I got smashed, lost my phone, and woke up in a strange apartment. In the bed opposite mine was a snoring rugby player and his girlfriend. Everything just seemed...
Man, that is... I remember when that just reminded, like that alone, that happened to me like 3 times. I was just like waking up somewhere and you're like, how the fuck did I get here? Park bench, some random person's house that had like 3 roommates in it on a floor in my vomit. It's crazy how that happens because you don't think it'll happen to you. You're like, I won't black out. And then or the scary ones is like when the third time was when I woke up in my trailer on my couch. And I knew that I was on like 40 minutes at least away from the house, and somehow I drove there. That was very, very scary. Very, very scary moment. Yeah, that's crazy when that happens, especially if you're in a bed with 2 other people and you're just like, what the hell happened?
Seemed off, and it wasn't a hangover. My first thought was I'd been spiked. I quietly gathered all my belongings and left before anyone could wake up and punch me with a conversation. I wandered around the grey Cardiff in the haze, feeling like I've just been rigged up to an IV bag full of ketamine and cyanide, and the whole world just seemed off, like I was looking at it through a tunnel. A heavy feeling of fear clung around me like a straitjacket. The only comforting thought was that with enough time, rest and water, it would pass. But it didn't. For 8 long years, it didn't. And this is my story of an 8-year-long nightmare. I returned back to my dad's home. He was living with his partner at the time. It wasn't my home, so I already felt uncomfortable and out of place. These unusual symptoms persisted.
Imagine an 8-year nightmare. Like, that's wild.
I figured I'd caught some sort of virus and I'd get better with time. But by the end of the week, things were a lot worse. I took myself to the doctor and he said he thought it sounded viral, that if I went home and got enough rest, it would eventually pass. And it didn't. For 8 years, it didn't. I returned for my second year of university. My brain was full of fog and my body felt poisoned. There were intermittent days where I felt like a hollow suit of skin. I'd sit in lectures unable to focus and was devoid of any sort of personality. I'd be able to have basic conversations, yeses and nos, but I was stripped of the ability to think spontaneously. It's like my body was taking up so much processing power being sick that I could not have original or spontaneous thought. The most peculiar thing about this was there was a me that was aware that this was all happening and was observing it from outside of myself, locked out, screaming silently, banging on the walls of my mind to be let in, and never successfully. And nonetheless, there I was, like a ghost haunting myself. My usual routine was getting home, running a shower and curling up into a ball to cry underneath the running water, not understanding what was going on. I brought myself to the doctors numerous times during this period, requesting every blood test they'd let me have, often being dismissed and told things like stress from university can cause strange symptoms. But how come no one I knew in university could relate to this? Eventually I was put on a 6-month-long waiting list to see a mental health specialist who did a short 1-page questionnaire and wrongly diagnosed me as
A 6-month waiting list? Wow. Wow, here they just get you into a hospital immediately so they can start giving you drugs so they can make money. They don't wait 6 months. Oh, I'll take it tomorrow. Oh, yeah, you have this and this. Oh, here's a list of prescriptions you can start taking immediately. That's weird. 6 months. That's very strange. Very, very, very strange. Kami said, for all my bad decisions, very bad. The one thing that never happened to me, maybe it's a girl thing, but I was always very aware of never letting my body be in an unconscious situation. That's the one thing for me, myself, that keeps me sober is that I don't like losing control of anything. That's why I don't like smoking weed or anything like that, because the last time I ever did that, I felt like I was trapped in my body, and the anxiety was like through the roof. It was intense, very, very, very intense. And then drinking will do the same thing, because like at the time you feel good, you feel charismatic, you feel able to talk, communicate with everyone, and that's why I would do it, because I struggled with making friends, because I was that kid that got bullied like all the time, constantly, never had friends. I would make people be my friends in high school. Like that's what happened. The friend group that I have to this day is kind of funny. It's like one of those things like, hey, you're gonna come play in a band with me. That's exactly how it went down. Went up to the bass, like, hey, do you play anything? No? Oh, you should play bass. Ask for a bass for Christmas. We're gonna go play in a band. And then like my friend Zach, I literally would go to his house every day and be like, hey, I like force him to come out and play. Like that's how I was growing up. So didn't really get along with many people, or like I was always like the cast out in the crowd of cast outs, if that makes sense. That'll be a story for another day. So yeah, the fact of like just knowing that you're not in control, because at the time it feels great, but then when you wake up the next day, you're like, I start running memories constantly, and then I feel embarrassed, like really, really embarrassed, and like very ashamed of myself. And then the part afterwards, for me, is the most horrible time ever, is after the drinking, or like when you get sobered up, because I beat the crap out of myself mentally, like really, really horrible, like horrible. It's really bad, like to the point where I get sick. But like I'm not sick. It's weird. I don't even know how to explain it.
hypercycling bipolar and put me on a course of citalopram. After a few weeks it stole my ability to sleep. I was told to stick it out and it would level out and eventually I'd feel more like myself. I stuck it out and I got worse, and I pulled myself off it after 2 weeks in a row of sleepless nights and insomnia. There's something pretty peculiar about being told you're in some sort of spectrum of madness. Even if you suspect that you're mad, your diagnosis finds a way to claw itself into your identity, even if it doesn't belong to you. Ever since I was a child, I'd always be asking what and why and how things worked. I couldn't really accept things as they were without knowing how. I carried into my adult years, and so as the bipolar hammer crashed and sentenced itself into my reality, I began searching online for behaviours associated with it, people's first-hand experiences, what it felt like to be manic. In these earlier days of my illness, the symptoms would fluctuate in severity day by day. Some days I'd be in a thick, tired fog, and other days they'd be more merciful. I began to associate the days of not suffering as mania and would act more erratically on the days that my symptoms were less bothersome. I did things like climbing out of windows of a 6-story student accommodation or get so drunk I'd wake up outside of the university campus lawn. But it wasn't mania. I just wasn't hurting. I spent 1 day a week with my therapist, who was teaching me cognitive behavior.
So he's talking about these stories of like being drunk and ending up outside and stuff. And the way he's telling the story is very serious. And as I'm listening to this, like I said, I'm just trying to offer some other things to say. Like, I really just want to watch it all the way through. Maybe I can talk about all this later, just so I don't forget, because I know I will. It's funny how he's able to tell the story in a serious manner, because whenever I would present any stories of the past or like that, or like things like that, it would turn into a joke story that I would tell everybody for them to laugh at. So it's interesting, like, just to hear somebody talk about it in a more serious manner, where like I took it as a joking around. Like, I would tell the stories of drunken nights and stuff as entertainment type of thing, and we'd all laugh, of course, but maybe it's just like, it's just interesting how different people cope with things like this, where he's writing it all down into this very, very well thought out story. He's a really good storyteller. Very, very good.
Therapy. The issue was mentally reframing unexplainable symptoms caused a lot of cognitive dissonance for me. I was told my anxiety or depression was causing my symptoms, but in reality it was my symptoms which were making me anxious and depressed. So I was in some sort of inescapable bind. I devotedly work on my mental health, following every new tool for coping to the letter, only to have my symptoms get worse, which made me frustrated, raised the intensity of my treatment, only to get even more frustrated as my body seemed to deteriorate. After 6 months, I told my mum I'd happily saw off my own leg with a blunt knife if it meant my symptoms would vanish, and I meant it. I told her if I had to live with this strange feeling for 1 more year, I'd kill myself, and I meant that too. But something happened that winter which showed me firsthand the horrors and the fallout from suicide. I met Joe when I was 9 years old. I remember the first time clearly. I was standing in his living room when he turned to me and he was like, "Watch this." Then he proceeded to climb on top of his sofa and did a front flip onto a stone living room floor. He landed on his back and lay motionless for a few seconds before grinning, getting up, and then doing it all over again. We grew up terrorising the streets of the small village we grew up in, playing knock door run or breaking into people's gardens to play on their trampolines. We stayed friends throughout high school, going through various phases together. Joe was comedian of the group. I remember countless mornings after messy all-nighters, Joe would be cracking endless jokes like
but this is him wanting to do it as a way to spread awareness for illness and our misdiagnosed or not being treated correctly, which is why he is being so serious. He does coarse crack jokes a bit. Yeah, no, I wasn't insinuating that he doesn't, but I do. What I guess what I meant to say was I appreciate him delivering it like this, because I don't even know if I would have the ability to do that. But so what I want to get at is, like, if you hear people like joking around or like telling stories and laughing and being entertained, there might be something deeper underneath, like behind all that. I had 2 family members that took their lives, and they were always doing similar storytelling and like telling about stuff, but it was like in the same kind of way that kind of passed down to me. So I always like to caution people, like, you have those close friends or family. They're telling those entertaining stories. Sometimes it's just, tell stories and stuff like that. But there is certain moments with certain people that it means a bit more underneath all that.
Professional stand-up routine, and we'd all be in tears laughing. When I started writing my first songs, Joe and Sega were the first people who always knew every word, and they would sing along at the top of their lungs. They gave me a lot of self-belief, and they helped me build the foundation of what I do today, and I owe them a lot for that. That Christmas, I came back home to Wales from university. On Christmas Eve, me and Joe were sat in a pub, and he turned to me and he told me that he'd fantasized about walking into the sea until he was totally submerged. He had a pretty morbid sense of humour, so I didn't really take him as seriously as I should have. 2 days later, it's 3 a.m, and I get a phone call. It's my friend Ella. She tells me that Joe is on the bridge by my house. He was drunk, he'd called her up, and he told her he was going to jump. I was still half asleep. I fumbled, pulling on whatever clothes I could that were near, and I walked out of the front door, and the winter air stung my face and it woke me up. Adrenaline kicked in, and I started sprinting towards the bridge. It was about a 5-minute walk, a 2.5-minute sprint. As I was running, I dialed Joe's number, and I get a busy tone, and I felt relief because it meant he was still alive. I kept hitting read.
I was just thinking this too. Yeah, at 19, how would you take it any other way? I mean, I remember that age, and some of the stuff we said was pretty fucking out there. um, I'm sure he's probably went through that moment where he's blaming himself for not helping or making the situation better for him, or probably feels responsible in a certain type of way because he feels like he could do more. But in reality, there's only so much you can do, or it's hard. Sometimes we just don't pick up on the signs, especially when you're really close to someone. Sometimes you just don't pick up on those signs that something's going to happen. It could happen out of nowhere. I actually have heard of situations where people don't even give any hints like that, like walking out into the sea. Like some people they seem so happy, and then they're gone the next day.
Dial as I ran, and as I got about halfway to the bridge, the busy tone changes. I get an automated voice note saying the number's out of service, and my heart sunk. I got to the suspension bridge that connects Anglesey to the mainland, and it usually looks very beautiful. I sprint up and down the bridge yelling Joe's name, and silence, and it's deafening. And I peer over the bridge into the blackness, and the bridge sits about 100 feet above the water. Hitting cold water at that height is like smashing into concrete. And the waters are notoriously dangerous because of the cross current. I hear nothing, no sounds, nothing. I run up and down the bridge about 2 times before I spot a figure at the end of it, and my heart jumps into my throat, and I run towards the figure, and it's my friend Ricky who's had the same call, and we both run around up and down the bridge and around the surrounding area looking for Joe. More of his friends eventually arrive, and there's nothing. I was about a minute too late. We spent the next week walking up and down beaches with flashlights, and when it's that dark, every other large rock starts to look like a washed up body. We plastered all the neighbouring towns in missing posters, contacting whoever we could, someone who might know something. We checked bank records to see if any money had been withdrawn since he went missing. There was CCTV footage of him walking onto the bridge, but there wasn't any of him coming off. But there were dead zones in the footage, so there was still a small chance he could be alive. I was sleeping about 3 hours a night, pretty determined that we'd still find him. For about 10 days we had nothing, and then suddenly a call comes through while we're all at my friend Miles's house having food. It's the police. A body had been found in the water by the bridge. We piled into my friend's car. I remember being in the back seat in floods of tears, repetitively punching the back of the passenger seat as we drove to the scene. As we pull up, I saw a lifeless body being zipped up into a green bag near a parked ambulance. Its skin was bloated by the seawater, and it wasn't Joe. Someone else decided to jump that day. Joe was never found. It's difficult to truly let go when you can't say goodbye. For months following, I held on to this fantasy that we'd get a call that he'd run away to some European town and he was happy and he was healthy. But that call never came. The time during his inquest was also around the time I was struggling with the side effects of a new antidepressant. I remember sitting in the courtroom feeling like I was listening to the whole thing deep underwater. The judge felt the circumstances surrounding Joe's death didn't mean The judge felt that the circumstances surrounding Joe's death meant that the verdict was left open. It kind of stung even more to not have an official ruling of suicide. I remember going to visit his mum not long after and witnessing the aftermath of a mother grieving for her baby boy. The silence of his father, the tears of his mother. I decided that day that I'd have to wait until my illness killed me because I couldn't do it by choice. I couldn't put my family through that. Over the next 10 years, I returned to my hometown, only a handful of times following Joe's death. My last visit was in the summer of last year. I reconnected with Joe's parents and showed them a song that I'd written.
I wonder if seeing all of that go down for Ren, I wonder when he saw that, if that was the catalyst for him not taking his own life. Just seeing the suffering of Joe's parents, just feeling that emotion in the room. Because that could change everything. And the fact that he was strong enough to be like, I'm going to just let the illness take me instead of doing it myself, like at that point, you know, that's pretty admirable, pretty brave to just decide I'm going to just keep suffering until it kills me. That takes a lot, takes a lot of strength. So my grandfather, who he had this thing, he got some disease on a farm, and then he was like very happy guy, and you know, he didn't choose to do that. He went out. He just shot himself. So the fact that Ren like went through that and thought, hey, I'm gonna stick through it and go the less selfish route, and stay alive and just let the illness take me, so he doesn't have that feeling of him letting family members or friends down. That says a lot right there in that statement.
Simply entitled For Joe. We cried together, reminisced together, joked, and I'm proud to say that I gave Joe's mum enough money to afford a caravan she told me she'd been saving up for. That felt pretty good. We'd also do a fundraiser for the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, who were integral for searching for Joe during that time, and we raised a pretty good amount of money too. Being able to give back in whatever small way I could felt good, and it felt right for all the years Joe had made us all laugh till it hurt. He was a solid person, just a little lost, as we all are sometimes. And I miss him. Life was about to take an even more unusual turn, and I was about to meet the first angel of this story. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, that's it. Oh man.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside the trunk, inside the pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as hell. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast, to tell the truth. The day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find the anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying. And holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I can find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you, absurd, fuck. Another domino, it falls. Across the way another's born. How you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, Freckled angels stand strong. Freckled angels live on. Freckled angels climb higher. Freckled angels still inspire. Freckled angels won't forget you. Teach me to live my life better. 13 years and still I miss you. Now my wings are missing feather. Otherwise I'd come and join you. But for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body. But for everything it's worth, made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage. And that's all because of you. Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings, they fly the farthest. So I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds, they are the strongest. Oh, their friends, they are the fondest. So I know you're gonna be okay.
So they never found his body, right? Oh man. Yep. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, I'll have to come back with my thoughts on all this. Right now, sometimes I fear like in the midst of something like this, something similar happening very soon, and it just sucks. Hopefully, we can do what we can do to prevent it. I'll catch you all next Sunday, guys. See ya.